Hi all, welcome to techbytes. In this video, I will discuss about introduction to Node.js. The agenda for this video is why Node.js is open source and cross-platform and runtime environment and simple. It's a popular and asynchronous I/O and non-blocking and what is V8 engine. Yeah, open source. Open source. The term itself says the source code will be open for anyone. Means the source code is available to the public. What is the advantage of the open source? There are multiple advantages of the open source. Like we can analyze the code and we can understand the code and we can debug the code and we can see the insights of the entire tool. Okay, that is one thing. And the second thing is we can redistribute the things. Like for suppose the core Node.js is available, but the core Node.js is not fit for our requirement in our company or in our product. By the time, based on that code base, we can enhance the existing code base as per our requirement and we can redistribute the thing. Okay, this is what the redistribution, and that is the second thing. And the third thing is if you are interested, okay, based on the code base, if you found any issues or any gaps or any improvements through the community, we can support the code base to enhance the existing tool. Okay, so these are the major three features of the open source. Okay, Node.js can support all these things. That is the reason why we can call Node.js as a open source. Basically, the cross platform means the package or the software or the bundle whatever we implemented, that should be supported on any operating system. Okay, most of the operating systems like Windows, Mac and Linux. Okay, here Node.js is considered as a cross platform because if user or any one of the person can write the code in one operating system and we can ship that to the any operating systems whatever I mentioned here. Okay, that is the reason why we can consider Node.js as a cross platform. Runtime environment. For any software product or software application, we need two types of environments. One is development environment and second one is execution environment. Okay, in development environment, the developers can develop and debug and build the application. Okay, once the application got completed, built and generated the bundle. Okay, there is a separate environment is required to execute that one. Okay, coming to Java, mostly we are using JDK for development purpose and JRE is the runtime environment for executing the Java application. Like that, here Node.js itself is a runtime. Okay, runtime environment. Okay, we can whatever the applications we are writing the JavaScript code for the Node.js, that should be running on top of Node.js runtime environment. Okay, this is what the runtime. The next feature is simple. According to my understanding, I will explain two things why it is simple. From the development perspective, front end and back end both are implemented in the same language like JavaScript, so that we no need to spend more time to learn things. Single technology can be used to front end and back end. Okay, that is the reason why it is a simple one thing. And so the second thing is, if you want to create any back-end application using any other technologies, there are a lot many setup is required. One web server is required, one application server is required, and the deployment process and everything is going it is taking some extra effort and time. But coming to Node.js, we no need to do all these things. Just 5 lines of code can be created a web application server itself. Okay, that is what the one of the major advantage. Because of this, the what is called the scaling is easy comparing with the other applications. That is the reason why, according to my understanding, these are the two things I observed in my career. That's why it is just simple. The next thing is it's popular based on above features and non-blocking IO and non-blocking and asynchronous IO. These are the major features or major game changers in the Node.js. Because of these, nowadays applications are mostly implemented by using Node.js as a backend. Nowadays, all the real-time communications and OTT platforms for streaming and live streaming, these kind of applications are using Node.js nowadays. Okay, that is one of the reason why we can consider Node.js is a very popular nowadays. Python is one of the hot cake in the market, but There is a slight difference between the Python and Node.js comparing with the performance. Python mostly used to computational purpose. It can perform complicated operations very quickly, computational operations very quickly. Comparing to a Node.js, it can handle huge traffic in a less time. That is the one of the major advantage. That's why Node.js can be considered network centric tool. The next thing is single process. As I mentioned earlier, the core part of the Node.js is event loop is always running on the single process. Okay, that is the reason why we no need to create multiple threads and multiple threads for multiple requests. Okay, that is the reason why it is a single process. Next feature is non-blocking. The general meaning of the non-blocking is the server no need to wait for the completion of the current execution context to handle the next user request. Okay, that is the major, that is the core part. Because of the asynchronous nature, is there any asynchronous operations needs to perform by the current request, then the event loop can assign a callback to the particular asynchronous operation. Okay, then it will go for the handling the other request. That is the reason why it's a non-blocking. Finally, the Node.js is built on top of Google V8 engine. The Google V8 engine is the one of the JavaScript runtime environment. Uh, Using Google V8 engine, Google Chrome is built, and several other tools also built on top of it. Out of all those, Node.js is the one of the major tool implemented on top of what is called Google V8 engine. The other popular thing is MongoDB's query tool. In MongoDB also the query tool using this V8 engine, and like that some other popular tools also using V8 engine. This is what the introduction to the Node.js. In upcoming session, we will consider installation part and other major features of the Node.js. Thank you for watching.